Any better itself? Just still skate on ice in Atlanta, that's for
Still
sure.
skating on ice in Atlanta.
Hey, we're doing a super job here. Hey, bonus rooms, okay? Before we get into bonus rooms and what you're doing, you've done some fabulous work along the lines themselves. You've really made a giant-sized impact in the building world for the Atlanta community. And you've done a lot of great, just unbelievable work, all right, in this bonus rooms. I've been very excited about the program and project going forward. But hey, first of all, we want to hear just a little bit about Chet. Tell me about yourself. Tell me who Chet is.
All right, well, Chet started in the building business when he was about 14 years old. It's not that long of a story, really. I'll take you through it pretty quick. But really, I started when I was a kid. And never really planned on doing anything like this, but grew up in it. And I got out of college and said, there's no way I'm going to build another house. There's no way I want to work outside. The 9-to-5er, you know, when you're in college, you think everything's going to be great. First job out of college, I worked for Pulte Homes, building houses for them. So,
sure, right, there you go.
Fell right back into what I knew best. And from there, I started my own home building company, which then derived into a development company.
Good deal.
And so we've been in home building and development now for about, 25, 30 years.
Oh, really? Just a short span?
Just a little bit. And like most people, the building industry, development industry, housing industry just kind of stopped in 2008.
Sure.
We still had 12 houses that were built over at Lake Oconee, and we had 6 subdivisions. And well, when business stops, no one's selling houses, no one's selling lots anymore. So I had to, you know, you kind of step back, you try to reinvent yourself.
Sure, yeah, without a doubt.
You got to try to find something that works. You got to make money, right?
Sure, I managed. That's where bonus rooms started to come together there.
That's exactly where bonus rooms started coming together.
Bonus rooms. Oh, tell us what bonus rooms is and what's behind this concept of the project, because I see we've known each other for a very long period of time, inside from real estate, building, and development wise.
Right.
When I first heard about the bonus room concept, it blew me away. Blew me totally away. Okay, and we often have several conversations out there. Hey, there's 110 uses. Now there's 111, guys. Okay, so there's 111 uses.
Right,
okay?
right.
And so there's 110 uses. But give us what's behind. What was the concept? What was going on behind bonus rooms?
Well, that's what happened in 2008. My father, his uncle became ill and had to move up from Florida to my dad's house. Right. And because most all houses these days, all the bedrooms are upstairs. And on the main living level, you have the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, but no place to live. So it was really kind of hard for my dad's uncle to transition into the house because he couldn't really walk. He had mobility issues. And coming from a building background, my wife says to me one day, we're literally sitting at the table, she says, can't you just build something on the side of their house so he can live in it? And then when he doesn't need it anymore, you just take it away. And,
that's nice. I like that idea.
I mean, without remodeling the house, but yeah, so my first answer to her was no, you can't do that. Of course you can't do that.
Sure, of course not. That's the first.
Well, in 2008, you have a lot of time to think. So
hey, we all had a lot of time.
We had a lot of time to think. So then I started thinking, well, maybe I can do something like that. And that's how bonus rooms started. It really started as an idea to help out my parents with their uncle, my dad specifically. And all of a sudden I had 6 houses down at Lake Oconee, and I started practicing on those houses to see what would work. We did a couple mock-ups, we did some building, we tried to see if this idea would actually work. We could attach a bedroom to the side of the house or in the house, either in the garage or on the deck, on a patio or a porch, and make it part of the house. And so that's where bonus room just started growing.
But then as we started talking a little bit more, we started talking about the uses. Already, and of course, your first initial use was coming from a healthcare type of outlet.
Precisely.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's just umpteen many opportunities and uses for this types of product.
Well, Well, okay. So this project, as slow as it started, I hired 2 marketing companies, and they both worked with me. One was a branding company, one was a marketing company.
Right.
They worked with me for 2 solid years to find out, is this a viable option? Is this a viable product? But through that research that they did and I did, we found many, many more uses for this same exact product. The footprint remains the same, but the idea changes along the way.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. There are definitely some benefits and features,
Mm-hmm.
all right, to this type of opportunity out there. You're not extending onto the house, adding onto maybe an expense that will not be needed later on.
Right.
Here's an option itself of putting something in. What about the benefits and features? Tell us about what's going on with the benefits and features of this whole opportunity. I mean, you created now a monster.
Well, okay, so the benefits and features came out of specifically problems that we had in the healthcare industry
Right.
already. So what happens is, in 2011, roughly 8 million people,
Roughly 8 million.
roughly 8 million people,
Just a roundabout ballpark number, 8 million people.
that's right, of those 8 million people, needed some kind of healthcare related mechanism at their home,
Right,
an
exactly.
in-home type of mechanism, whether it's home health care, hospice, Medicaid or Medicare have people that come in and will take care of you. So what I started looking at were the problems that they were having.
Oh, good, superb.
And one of the biggest problems, two of the biggest problems that they were having, one was the healthcare workers were going into situations where they could not function in the house. Somebody wrote in an article one time, houses are made for living, not for healthcare. So when you have somebody who has mobility issues and you try to lower them into a tub that's been built into a house,
Sure.
it's not conducive.
No, of course.
Try to walk around the furniture and try to get in and out of a bathroom that's not ADA compliant is not conducive. So that was problem number one, and all the home health care and all the hospice care workers were having this problem.
Right.
So we solved that with this particular room. This room is completely ADA compliant.
What do you mean by ADA?
It's Americans with Disabilities
Super.
Act.
Super.
So everything's handicap accessible.
Good.
Even if you don't use it for any kind of reason that's handicap accessibility, it still is. They all are. The second biggest thing that some of these healthcare companies were faced with is the cleanliness of the houses.
Sure, exactly.
Now, it's not that people are nasty, but it's most
Okay.
people.
All right.
But their houses aren't set up for a healthcare environment.
Not
It's
conducive
just,
for
right,
walking
it's just for
space
people
availability,
living.
right.
You know, you just got to have a clean space. So I researched it, and we made these units clean rooms as well.
Oh, good.
So
Superb.
when you bring these units to the house, they're clean, they're ADA compliant. And then the second thing is, it gives somebody a place to call their own. So what was happening over and over again was people were bringing their elderly parents into their house.
Right.
Roughly 4 million people brought their elderly parents into their house in 2012
Sure.
to live with them because of they couldn't afford extended care facilities.
Right, exactly.
So when they bring their parent or their grandparent or their aunts or uncles into their house, they had to set up their dining room as a makeshift bedroom.
Right, sure.
They have to do what they have to do. So people are living on the main level of their house. Well, what I ended up finding from that was, as nice as it is to be in that environment, nobody wants to live in the living room.
No, of course not.
Nobody wants to live in the dining room. They have a beds, pushed up in a corner.
Yeah, but so they have common area,
Common
but
area.
they have private area too as well.
No, they didn't have any private
Well,
area.
that's
the
not
thing.
itself. Now they have. with
Now
Burns
they
Room,
have
private area.
You
But
have.
You know what's nice about the whole program? It's a plug-in.
It just plugs in.
So we bring it in, we plug it in,
Mhm.
we put it into any exterior or maybe a garage outlet.
Garage,
Yes, it is.
basement,
And
patio.
It plugs right into the existing panels.
Mhm.
Whatever retrofits that need to be done and taken care of, they're done and completed by your guys.
Mhm.
All right?
Yep.
And what's I'm astonished is how much the time it takes to put one of these units together. Could you go into that just a little bit?
Yeah. So this took almost 5 years of development. It really did.
To put it down into 1 hour.
And now my guys can put one of these buildings together in about an hour.
Really?
Yes. Now that's the shell. Then we
Sure.
have to. Then we
The
outfit
retrofits.
The
right.
retrofits.
And
Yep.
According to desires, needs, wants, and.
Well, that's just it. So
expectations.
if it's a healthcare room, some people need just a bed, a closet, and a bathroom.
Good deal.
And that's your basic room. Some people need what's called now telehealth.
Right.
So we have a panel on one of these, one of the panels inside the room that plugs directly into the internet, which will directly take the patient, their information, their vitals, their things that they plug in, and it sends it straight to their doctor, straight to their
Look at that.
parent, straight to their healthcare giver, whoever it is. And this is the reason why we went in this direction. Because of the baby boomers. We have so many baby boomers. And we have for a long time. But here's the thing with the baby boomers. The baby boomers are all the nurses. The baby boomers are all the doctors.
Right, exactly.
For the most part, right? So they're huge. And so what's happened now is the Gen Xers, which is half the size of the baby boomers, are moving into this this category of taking care of their parents.
Elderly's, right.
Who are getting out of the business. So we have a shortage of doctors, we have a shortage of nurses.
Sure.
And so all these hospitals and all these doctors' offices are trying to hire these nurses and these doctors,
Right.
and they're trying to pay them more to get, draw.
Yeah.
But that's not what these people are looking for. What's the problem that they're having is they're overworked.
I see. Understand.
So all these nurses are overworked, all these doctors are overworked.
So this gives us a great opportunity itself to do in-home.
In-home,
utilizing
telehealth.
other space, telehealth,
Mhm.
already. And so we're plugged in just as normally as they would be away, but they're now closer to the network of the family.
Precisely. So now a doctor and a nurse can see up to 20 patients in one day
Good.
via telehealth,
Via telehealth,
as opposed to 8 or 9.
Just welcome to the world of technology.
So technology has to come into play. We have less doctors and nurses, we have more people, so something has to give. So we have a technology board in here which will directly plug the patient or the person into the doctor, nurse, hospital.
Yeah, check with this whole opportunity out here, okay, and now taking the opportunity of healthcare to bring it back into personal care at home.
Right.
Okay, I'm sure there's tons of individuals, disaster relief, government programs and things of this nature that would just die over a program like this.
Well, that's exactly right. We've actually made several trips to Washington. We've had lots of discussions with lots of people. And sometimes we have discussions with people that have nothing to do with anything, but you have to talk to those people to get to the right
Sure,
people.
exactly.
But the good thing is I've talked to a lot of folks, and they have directed my steps to focus in on some of the problems with healthcare, which
Right.
is huge. But then I also spoke with FEMA, some individuals there, and there is a huge disaster relief effort that we can satisfy as well. Back in Hurricane Katrina, they built thousands, tens of thousands of these trailers to satisfy the homeless problem that people were having.
Exactly.
They had no homes, so they were
Well,
sending these
devastation.
trailers
Right,
out.
exactly.
Well, the trailers were being built. They had a problem with some of the way they were making
Part of the materials.
Part of the
Yeah,
materials,
right.
and it was making people sick a little bit.
Sure.
And so they're sending these trailers down there, and because ours are a clean room,
Right.
and they are, I guess I should have told you, you can build these things as big or small as you want.
Well, we talked about even top. You can actually now top them.
Yeah, you can put
Regular
one on
small
top.
hotels. You can actually build a whole entire city.
Yes.
All right, which is pretty cool. All right, because of the materials, how it's manufactured, the turnkey, the opportunities themselves are really telehealth or because we said there's 110 uses.
Right.
111. Sorry, guys. 111 uses.
Right,
Okay,
right.
You'll hear about that in a second. But when you start thinking, I'm thinking now my brain is running out here. Says you're talking about low income. You're talking about areas themselves that have been ravaged by floods or fires. You're talking about hurricane disaster relief, and possibly let's reach out a little bit, all right, to the world. All righty, how about third world? All righty, and when you start talking about international and global, I mean, I'm just now saying, wow, and I'm thinking that if you can get this room, okay, set up within a short period of time frame, all right. I'm thinking we're talking about these are set up in kits.
Well, that's just
And they're
it.
put palletized according to wants, needs, desires, expectations. Boom, they're put in a pallet, and boom, pallet is gone.
Correct.
Team on the ground puts these together just like they were little tents.
Well, that's just it. So, and that comes into play with the FEMA. So with FEMA, they were sending out a trailer, and if you're one individual, you got a trailer. If you're a family of 5, you got the same exact trailer. So everybody just got a trailer to live in.
Sure.
Well, our units are set up in such a fact that if you need one bedroom, we'll send you the one bedroom kit. If you need two bedrooms, we'll send you the two bedroom kit. If you need three bedrooms, we'll send you the three bedroom kit. But we tailor each individual product to the needs of that person. It comes in a box, just like remember when you were kids, you used to get like these toy model cars.
Sure, exactly.
You take the lid off the box and all those little, you have all those little sheets
exactly,
and stuff.
little
For the car. That's what this is. You take
Compartments.
the box top off, and you have a 4-bedroom or a 3-bedroom or 1-bedroom little livable space inside.
Yeah, that is wild. I mean, when we start to talk about this, from this rooms already, this from the program already of cost. People will look at this and say, well, this is a specialized project. Usually they put specialized project to cost, okay? But I think from what I've been looking at, the financials and the complete package out here, okay, this is not a costly opposition here. You're talking about something itself that you'll be able to put in on either lease agreement, lease arrangements, that after you're done and complete, we come in and we pull it out and we'll perhaps restore your house back to its original condition. All right? Or when it's done in those particular devastation areas, we come in, pick them up,
Clean them up, take them back,
and we take them back out.
and we reuse them. That's exactly right.
But from that particular standpoint, okay, costing. All right, how is someone, when we start talking about this from a costing and leasing perspective, is there any kind of roundabout numbers, roundabout figures that we can talk about on there?
Well, there's two options. You can lease the room itself. We can bring it out to you. We can set it up, and you can just lease it for a monthly rate, usually around $800 to $1,200 a month, depending on what you need, which is still a lot less than extended care.
Sure, exactly. Sure it is.
Another
No,
facility.
especially with the cost of healthcare today.
Yes. Plus, you're at home. Plus, you're in your
Environment.
adult children. Yeah. The other thing is you could purchase it if you really wanted to buy it. You could purchase one. Low end could be $20,000 to as much as $30,000 or $40,000, depending on what kit you get. It
Right.
really is what you're purchasing. It's like a menu. You just choose off the menu what you need, and you add it up at the bottom.
Sure, right, without a doubt. What
so
a
lots
great
of
option.
options.
What a super option.
Lots of options.
You can probably hear more of this at bonusrooms.com. Is that correct?
Bonusroom.com is the website we have set up. Yeah.
Good, superb. Alrighty, and additional information itself out there. We have a website. Okay, is it Bonus Room, not ROOM? It's Bonus Room, bonus RUUM.
Correct.
So it's
Bonus
Bonus
Room.
Room RUUM.com.
.com.
And we'll see more of that too as well. You're going to also be able to go to richhart.com.
That's
All
right.
right, because
It's on
we're
your
now
website,
start
too.
posting this information and your programs themselves because of the real estate affiliation under the Rich Hart Foundation. And we're really looking forward to working and developing more of a relationship with this because we think that this could be a giant-sized program. When you were discussing and working with those individuals in the government and FEMA and disaster relief, I mean, I had listed a whole bunch of different items and areas themselves that this would be great. Low-income housing, all right, because we, at past conversations, we talked about the ratings of this, all right, and the type of product that we're using and the construction that's being done, already, and we were talking about hurricane ratings. Can you tell me, what was the we were talking about conversation, we talked about something about Miami and Florida and Dade County and things of this nature.
Well, yeah, so these we have to put our units through lots of different tests, and these meet and exceed the Miami-Dade County hurricane disaster, whatever you want to call it, but hurricane, I mean, the hurricane specs at Miami-Dade County.
And I'm sure they have specs down there for hurricanes.
They do. They have a lot. They have a lot to go off. But we meet their specifications. Burn ratings. We are. These things don't burn. They're not made of wood, so they don't burn. There's lots and lots of benefits to this. They're very well insulated. Gosh, I mean, anybody can put it together. When we ship you the kit, it comes with a set of instructions. Read them if you want, but it goes together pretty simple. Our guys can always set them up, but it's a real simple mechanism put together properly. It's stronger than regular home construction.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. That's real good. You know, of course, I'm keep on going back to the 110 uses, 111. We're going to get that 111 use too as well.
Right.
But that 110 uses already. Currently, you have units out in the field right now.
We do.
Already, and what are they using those units for? What's the prime reason? Are they? Of course, they're using it for healthcare. All right. But what are some of the other reasons?
Well, we've actually sold some units to a hunter down in Lake Oconee area, and we turned these units into log cabins. Really did.
Without the logs.
No, with the logs. We actually placed
No
log
kidding.
siding on the side of these things, and the pictures are phenomenal. You would not know that this thing is a bonus room.
So you've got a shell, all right, and then the outward appearance could be
anything you want.
disguised by just about anything.
Right, so if it's on the outside, you can put anything you want on the outside. Those are more for purchased units.
Yeah.
The leased units, the ones that we bring to your house, are a little more plain. They don't have log siding, they don't have anything like that. And they will not match your house, but they will, on the inside, look very much like a hotel room. I mean, really, you have walls and a ceiling and floors.
And we're talking
carpet.
square footage and space-wise. What are we talking? I mean, you look at the normal garage. Normal garage is
Yes.
what? 10 by 20?
Oh, 20 by 20.
20 by 20.
Yeah, and we'll take up half of that space.
Okay.
So that's between 200 and 300 square feet, which is just big enough for a bed and a bathroom and a little closet.
Sure. And an entranceway itself into the regular home.
Yep. So
Okay.
you have one entranceway into the home from the unit, and you have another entranceway from the unit to the outside. So if you have a healthcare provider that comes in, they can come straight into the unit. They don't need to go through the rest of the house. They have everything there.
Right.
It's kind of like a setup that you have in a hospital room. It's
Sure.
not a hospital room.
Right, exactly.
You have all the things there at their fingertips where they can take the person to a handicap accessible
Right.
tub or shower,
Sure.
and now a handicap accessible sink, and the bed and everything is much more conducive to a safer recovery.
Superb. Love it, love it. Love the concept out there too as well. Alrighty. We talked about this too as well as bonusruum.com. Also, you can reach out to richard.com too
Yep.
as well. If you'd like to receive some additional information on this, we're going to be posting this on the sites and things of this nature, and that's going to be real good. Any additional ways or concept or ways themselves that people can get in contact with you?
Well, if you go to the website, it has my telephone number. You can reach us straight at our office that way. Or go to your website. We'll be adding and updating our information as we progress. So that's probably the best way right now.
Good deal,
Easy
superb.
for everybody.
And if we do have time, all right, I think we're going to start covering out there the 111th use. Guys, you ready to call it the 111th use? Yeah, when we're sitting in the show and developing some of the shows out here, we started talking about the bonus room, and really we're excited that you were able to join us today. So thank you very much for coming to the show. And we were talking about the bonus room, and of course, then everybody's minds start going giant size. And we're actually going to be utilizing the bonus rooms material. Alrighty, and we're going to be putting together. Ready for this, folks? A mobile studio. All right, mobile studio, utilizing. I love that. All right?
That's
It's a
fantastic.
mobile studio.
We are.
We put some designs together for that too as well. So we're
We
going to
have.
be able to go out to some of the larger venues. We're looking for sponsorship dollars for individuals themselves to really get involved in that.
Yeah.
We're going to bring the studio to you.
Right.
And what a unique opportunity to not only see the bonus rooms and to have the opportunity to work with all of us here in the studio.
That's right. You can actually see, feel, and touch it. We'll take it around. But it's it's the bonus room, it's the fundamental design of a bonus room.
Yeah.
We put it on top of a trailer, and the whole thing looks fantastic. And, the side opens up, and it's a studio just like this inside, and it's fantastic.
Love it, love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it, love it. So, hey,
This was not one of the intended uses.
that's why we call it 111.
That's it.
All right. That's why it makes 111 out there. But hey, it's just us being creative and innovative when it
That's
comes
it.
along the same lines. We want to try to bring as much as we possibly can out to the public and give them an opportunity to experience.
Yep.
And so that's what we're all about here
They
too
get
as
to walk
well.
through it,
So
see it for
I think
themselves.
we're doing good. Some last things. All right. Anything else we could finalize and talk about as we finalize the show today?
Gosh, we are currently in the process of looking for investors to help us take this project globally. Is really what we need to do.
Good deal.
Because we have issues around the world that are just as in need as we are.
Okay.
Take the disaster in Haiti, if you will. We
Right.
could have shipped them units to live in. And when I say live in, this could be a permanent or a temporary thing.
Right.
But places like that and around the world that need housing, we can ship them a package that's permanent. You set it up, you never have to take it apart again, and it literally looks like a little house.
You know what's unique about the materials too as well? They're manufactured here in Georgia.
They're manufactured here in Georgia.
Which is very unique. All
Yep.
right, they're packaged and marketed through Georgia right now.
Mhm.
That's the point. We've also talked about points of distribution across the country and across the world as being the global outreach program.
Right.
Amazing opportunities, but from an investment standpoint, okay, we have a complete portfolio laid
We
out,
do.
complete financial portfolio laid out,
Right.
for investors.
Exactly.
And if you're interested in that, please reach us out at rich@richhart.com. We're more than happy to send an NDA out there.
Yep.
All right, non-disclosure agreement, and on top of that, give you a prospectus.
Yeah,
Give an opportunity
absolutely.
out there. But you know what? I think, Chet, we talked about this too as well, and as this operation is, and what's unique about this operation and the work you've done in the past to bring it to this far. All right, what keeps on ringing out in my mind is that the investment dollars themselves that are going back into this program doesn't pay for anything that was done in the past.
No, this is completely a debt-free company. There's no, yeah, it's,
That is amazing. All right?
Yeah.
This is not a startup, a seed operation, or anything else like this. Now, the investment dollars themselves are strictly coming back in already for now the next phase, and there's no debt load.
there's no
anywhere
debt
along
load.
this paper.
Really, the investment dollars are really to build more product and be able to send that product out across the globe as necessary, and to expand our business here from the Southeast to the rest of the United States.
Man, that's
And we have a plan in place that actually shows how that would take place.
amazing. So, hey, investors out there, if you're really interested in looking at a very unique and an advanced local project that has a lot of fingers, has a lot of tentacles,
Yep.
and has a lot of great opportunity. And especially when I took a look at the financial package too as well. Well put together and well designed for today's investor, without a doubt.
Fantastic.
100%. Superb. Anything, Chet, any last minute things themselves we can finish up with today on the show?
The
Say,
only-
Rich, it's been great.
It's been fantastic. It really has. I know this has been I appreciate you having me come out.
Good,
I
superb.
really do. And I will tell you that the basis, the fundamental thing that we build our entire company off of is providing options for people.
Good.
Without that, I love giving people options. When you have zero options, you get a little. What's a good word? You get a little freaked out if you have no options. We have lots of options. We'd love to share those with you, and I think that bonus room could take care of a lot of options with multi-generational living and bring folks into your house. And,
Good deal.
And across the
Good
the
deal.
globe.
Chet, thank you very much for coming in today.
Thanks,
all right?
Rich.
Hey, this is Rich Hart. Thank you very much for joining us for another episode. We say episode, or we say chapter, what do we say? It is what it is. But hey, thank you very much, Chet, for joining us. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll catch up to you on the next show. Have a great day.
All right, we're clear.
There we go.
Good job.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
How do we do, guys?
Great.
Are we on video?
We didn't.
Yeah.
We forgot to cue it up. You have to do it.
What's that?